a little bit hard for me in certain scenes. I haven't seen it. But behind the scenes, it was definitely like I think some people do things for attention. And when I'm on the other end of things and you're kind of being shady, um, it kind of sucks. But at the end of the day, I mean, the truth always comes out. So yeah, we'll see. But it's like,
Right. Like
go ahead.
people know what they're doing more in season two and you're not actors. But yes, I mean, I think people want their moment sometimes.
Mhm.
How much of your, because we did see you fight with Chloe, we saw the demise of your friendship. We saw at the end of season one, Jessica Taylor sit you guys down, and it seems like you're moving back to reconciling. Like, are we going to see more of this in season two between you and Chloe?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of time between seasons. From the time that we finished filming, like that scene that you see in season one, we definitely weren't best friends, right? Like, I think the scene made it look a lot better than it was in person. It was still like there was still this energy. But then at the other side, like she was pregnant, right? So you have to respect that and you have to give that grace. But it definitely was like hard, like we were definitely rocky. And we were rocky for a little bit. And then we started slowly kind of getting back to, because I think from the time we wrapped filming to the time it aired was like at least 6 months. So it's kind of
Got
like
it.
rocky, then it got better, then it got really rocky, like pretty bad. And then we started filming, and when we started filming season two, it was definitely rocky. But right now we're in a really good place. It's kind of like just like any relationship again. Like you have the really good, you have the really bad. There's other dynamics other than the show that we have. Like, her husband is still friends with my ex-husband. Like, there's those outside friendships that, like, it's complicated. Like, I haven't seen
Yeah,
who signed the separation papers.
that's complicated, right? Like, you don't want everything you do with the two of them to get back to your ex, really. I mean, at least I don't think you do.
I mean, I would hope that like things wouldn't be shared with my ex, but also if they were, I don't care. Like I'm like the most open book. Like I freaking like went on the talked to the New York Post about a labiaplasty. Like for me, like I think honesty and being authentically you is like the number one thing we should do. Like I love that.
That's because you're a New Yorker.
I know.
From a young age. I don't know if blame is the right word, but like, do you think the show is responsible, like, for your kind of fallout with Chloe? I mean, you guys are good now. You're shaking your head.
No, not really. Because like me and Chloe were rocky before we started filming. Like we were super rocky. We were rocky before I found out about the infidelity. So like I think we started getting rocky in like September, October of that year. And then when the infidelity came again, like I'm I was the most non-confrontational person. Um, so for me, it's like if I, again, being on reality TV, if you have things that you want to address with someone, I would just like I used to rather avoid it,
Yeah,
like,
I get that.
we're mad at each other. We're not in a good place. Let's like, let's just take some time away. Infidelity happened, show got greenlit. We kind of had to confront it on camera. So I think that was like probably another big factor into like everything that happened, but it was less the show and more of we had like all this like pent up stuff that we never addressed before we
Right.
started filming, and people were like, okay, like you two talk about it. And like, of course, like we're not therapists, like we don't know how to have like good communication,
Right.
so it was like what is like fire and ice, like,
Well, maybe listen, I'm not really a confrontational person either. I'm not shy. Like, I have no problem. I'm a New Yorker too. I have no problem telling you to fuck off to your face. I just feel like I don't really have time for confrontation. So like if we're having a problem, yeah, I'd rather just avoid you. Like I don't want to talk for like I don't want to talk about the feelings. How do we work this out? I'll just let's avoid each other and pretend like it never happened. So I totally get it.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
then you'll get over it and I'll get over it and we'll just pretend this never happened.
yeah.
Well, we do see, again, this is going to air right before the show comes back. We do see in the trailer, we see you saying, imagine what I can do if I was on this listing. And Ryan says, aren't you on a team? And you say you are on a team. And, you know, he asks then, are you trying to do your own thing? And you tell us later in the trailer, you're going to sell this, regardless whether he likes it or not, or whoever doesn't like it. So are you having some drama in season two? With wanting to maybe do something on your own outside of Ryan's approval or outside of your team.
For me, like, it's not my drama. If I piss other people off by doing my job, that's their own problem, right?
Yeah.
Not pissing me off.
Yeah.
And I'm at a company. My job is to sell. My job is to do my job. And when there's something that I think I'm very good at, my job is to do it, right? Like I think that there's no reason that should piss people off, right?
Yeah. I mean, I say you always do what's best for yourself and for your own business. That's kind of my motto in life.
But to clarify it too, I co-founded a team, and as things happen, there sometimes, there's tensions there if I'm doing things. But again, at the end of the day, I'm gonna do what I think is best. And if I mess up, that's on me. But it's like my gut tells me to do something, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah. Has being on the show, like, have you learned something from the show, just like, about yourself?
I think that being on the show, I've always been like a really big dreamer. Like I want to do so many things. I want to sell trophy buildings. I think connections and all these things. It's like the way that I look at it is if I wasn't meant to do these things, I wouldn't have the resources. It's like if I have resources, like my goal in life is to help people. I do a lot of philanthropy. Um, and again, like, okay, I'm gonna get a little bit astrological. In my birth chart.
I split my time between New York and LA. So listen, I've become more astrological from my
Okay.
LA side.
I love that. So for me, it was really interesting is the two biggest things in my chart are real estate. Like anything with real estate, I'm lucky, I'm blessed. I forgot what transit it is, but like that's one of the most prominent things in my chart. And the other thing that's I think my Aquarius and Neptune, I don't know, something like that. Meaning that I was put in this world to disrupt for good. So I kind of look at those big things. And I only found this out like maybe like a year ago. So I was like, oh, that's really cool. And I don't know. I think that like, again, it's just a platform. Like I would be doing all these things, whether there was a camera in front of me or not.
I love that. I
Yeah,
love
thank
that. Are you still working with all your, speaking of astrology, are you still working with all your healers that we saw in the first season?
I am. I've added a couple new ones.
I love
So
it.
I now have an additional healer. She's upstate. She's incredible.
I
And
love
then I
that.
got my shaman, so I'm no longer with my shaman, but I have my healer. And I have two astrologists. I have a Western and a Vedic. So we like switched it up a little bit, but the base is still there. And sometimes I like trying new people here and there.
I love that too. Who would you use if you had to buy a home right now? You can't use yourself, you can't use Ryan. Who would you use from this